Oh, should I read, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh, please give me just a second. Yes, okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjala Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamayam Dadanti Swaparantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapara Shri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagajatam Sahagana Raguna Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalitam Shri Vitam Kampitam Cha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radakanta Namastute Tap Tap Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavanishware Vrisabhanu Sotadevi Pranamari Hare Priya Vancha Kalpatarupyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha Paridanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschadhyare Shatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Haribu.
Ribu. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Very nicely chanted. Okay, who wants to continue from the text number 67? I think we have, is it's 78? Who remembers how many verses there is? What's the final number?
Isn't it 79 or 6? I'm not sure.
Prabhu, we are.
Oh, you're taking where you last ended. I thought you were saying
No, Prabhu, I'm
the
saying what
scriptures
is
of
the
Bhagavad.
final? Is it 78?
No, Prabhu.
Yeah, it's 78, Prabhu. 1878 is fine. Yes, Prabhu. I didn't remember that. Hopefully, from now I will remember. I thought 79.
Oh, yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, can I just read this one? Because I'm still busy with something, but I can read this one. I don't know how long is it.
Oh, the final one is really nice. Actually, it says it's the victory one. Okay, yes, Prabhu, you can read. Haribo.
Can I start?
Yes, Prabhu.
Idam te natapa sakaya nabaktaya kada chana na chakshush chakshush how do you do chakshush rashave vachayam nacha mam yo baya suyati. Prabhu, how do you even pronounce that word? Chak chashush rushave.
I'm not completely sure, but maybe Nacha Shave Idam Te Na Tapaskaya Na Bhaktaya Kadachana Nacha Shave Vachyam Nacha Mam Yobiyashuyati. Yes, Prabhu, there is many of S.
There's many, yes, there's many Shivas in there.
Ashushru. Yes, Prabhu, it's kind of tongue twister word.
Synonyms: idam, this, te, you, na, never. Atapa, sakayam, one who is not austere. Na, never. Abhaktaya, one who is not a devotee.
It's really funny because my My big brother's name used to be similar to this. He used to be called Atakan, and this was one of his. We used to call him like this also. I don't know where it came from, but it says one who is not austere, and it's actually like him.
Yes, Prabhu. Kadachana at any time, na never. Cha also. Ashush rush ave. One who is not engaged in devotional service. Vachayam to be spoken. Na never. Cha also. Mam unto me. Yeah, yeah, anyone. Aba yasu yati envious. Translation. This confidential knowledge may not be explained to those who are not austere or devoted or engaged in devotional service, not to one who is envious of me. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Persons who have not undergone the austerities of the religious process, who have never attempted devotional service in Krishna consciousness, who have not tended a pure devotee, and especially those who are conscious of Krishna as a historical personality, or who are envious of the greatness of Krishna, should not be told this most confidential part of knowledge. It is, however, sometimes found that even demoniac persons who are envious of Krishna, worshipping Krishna in a different way, take to the profession of explaining Bhagavad Gita in a different way to make business, but anyone who desires actually to understand Krishna must avoid such commentaries on Bhagavad Gita. Actually, the purpose of Bhagavad Gita is not misunderstandable to those who are devoted, to those who are sensuous. Even if one is not sensuous, but he is strictly following the disciplines enjoyed in the Vedic scriptures. If he is not a devotee, he also cannot understand Krishna. Even when one poses himself as a devotee of Krishna but is not engaged in Krishna conscious activities, he also cannot understand Krishna. There are many persons who envy Krishna because he has explained in the Bhagavad Gita that he is the supreme and that nothing is above him or equal to him. There are many persons who are envious of Krishna. Such persons should not be told of Bhagavad Gita, for they cannot understand. There is no possibility of faithless persons understanding Bhagavad Gita and Krishna without understanding Krishna from the authority of pure devotee. One should not try to comment upon Bhagavad Gita. Oh, Sadguru. Ya idam paramam guyam mad bhakteshu abhidihasyati bhaktim mayi param kritva mam evashayati asama shayaha. Synonyms here, anyone, idam, this, paramam, most, guyam, confidential, mine, bhakteshu, amongst devotees of Abida Syati explains bhakti, devotional service, mai, unto me, param, transcendental, kritva, having done, mam, unto me, ever, certainly, Ashyati comes, asama sayaha, without doubt. Translation: for one who explains the supreme secret to the devotees, devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end, he will come back to me, purported by His Divine Grace. Generally, it is advised that Bhagavad Gita be discussed amongst the devotees only. For those who are not devotees will neither understand Krishna nor Bhagavad Gita. Those who do not accept Krishna as he is and Bhagavad Gita as it is should not try to explain Bhagavad Gita whimsically and become offenders. Bhagavad Gita should be explained to persons who are ready to accept Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead. It is a subject matter for those devotees only and not for philosophical speculators. Anyone, however, who tries sincerely to present Bhagavad Gita as it is, will advance in devotional activities and reach the pure devotional state of life. As a result of such pure devotion, he is sure to go back home, back to Godhead. I can read the last one, Prabhu. Nacha tasman manusyesu kaschin mi priya kritamaha bhavita nacha me tasmad anyaha priya tawaro bhuvi. Synonyms: na, never, cha, and tasmat, therefore. Manusye, among mankind. Kasched, anyone. Me, my, priyakritamaha, more dear. Bhavita, will become. Na, no. Cha, and. Me, my. Tasmat, than him. Anyaha, other. Priyataraha, dearer. Bhuvi, in this world. Translation: there is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear. Can I reread, Prabhu? There is no servant in this world more dearer to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear. Like he, who's he, Prabhu? Is it Arjuna? Or it's just generalizing?
It's the preacher, one who is preaching.
Oh, the preacher. Oh, okay, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Sometimes it can be so poetic, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, like Gaura Shakti, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Oh, there's no purport.
Yes, Prabhu.
Last one, then, Prabhu. Adesha te chaya imam dharmayam samavadam avayoho gyanam yagnena tenaham ishtaha shayam iti me matihi. Adesha te will study. Cha also, ya, he. Imam, thus. Dharmayam, sacred. Samvadam, conversation. Avayaho, of ours. Gyanam, knowledge. Yagyena, by sacrifice. Tena, by him. Aham, I. Ishtaha, worship. Shayam, shall be. Iti, thus. Me, my. Matehi, opinion. Translation: and I declare that he who studies this sacred conversation worships me by his intelligence. Oh, Prabhu. No purport.
Yes, Prabhu.
Shadavan. I keep saying the last one, but then this one is the last one, Prabhu. Shadavan ana suyascha Shri Nuyad Apiyo Naraha so pi muktaha subhala lokan prapnuyat punya karmanam. Synonyms: Shadavan, faithful. Anasuyaha, cha, and not envious. Shri Nuyat, does hear. Api, certainly. Ya, who. Naraha, man. Saha, api, he also. Oh, api, he also. Muktaha, being liberated. Suban, auspicious. Lokan, planets. Prapnuyat, attains punya. Karmanam, of the past. Translation: and one who listens with faith and without envy becomes free from sinful reaction and attains to the planets where the pious dwell. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada Gita. In the 67th verse of this chapter, the Lord explicitly forbade the Bhagavad, the Gita's being spoken to those who are envious of the Lord. In other words, Bhagavad Gita is for the devotees only, but it so happens that sometimes a devotee of the Lord will hold open class, and in that class, all the students are not expected to be devotees. Why do such persons hold open class? It is explained here that although everyone is not a devotee, still there are many men who are not envious of Krishna. They have faith in him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If such persons hear from a bona fide devotee about the Lord, the result is that They become at once free from all sinful reaction and after that attain to the planetary systems where all righteous persons are situated. Therefore, simply by hearing Bhagavad Gita, even a person who does not try to be a pure devotee attains the result of righteous activities. Thus, a pure devotee of the Lord gives everyone a chance to become free from all sinful reactions and to become a devotee of the Lord. Generally, those who are free from sinful reactions are righteous. Such persons very easily take to Krishna consciousness. The word punya karmanam is very significant here. This refers to the performance of great sacrifice. Those who are righteous in performing devotional service but who are not pure can attain the planetary system of the polestar of Durvaloka, where Durva Maharaj is presiding. He is a great devotee of the Lord and he has a special planet which is called a polestar. Prabhu, what did he do to deserve a planet on his own? Because he was a devotee first, right?
Yes, Prabhu. He went to the forest and did austerity, and he was like that. He got because he wanted the kingdom of his father.
Oh, yes, Prabhu.
There was another child who was gonna get the kingdom, so he went to his mother and he asked why I cannot get the kingdom. Then the mother said, "You should have born from the mother, from the other wife of your father." And then he said, if
Is it,
someone can help you, you need to go to the forest. And then he went to the forest.
was it the one who was wishing for like to get the better kingdom than Lord Brahma? Like, I don't know, something like that. And then once he saw the Lord, he was like, nah, I'm satisfied.
Yes, Prabhu.
So
Yeah, correct.
Yes, Prabhu.
That one.
Yes,
Prabhu.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Karti Prabhu, please accept my
Hare Krishna,
obeisances.
Prabhu. Dhanapranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Is it okay if I can read now for some time? If it's
Yes,
fine with
you can
Swami
read,
Prabhu and
Prabhu.
yourself?
thank you for joining to
Yes,
read.
Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhu. Okay. Hmm. This seems hard, huh? Kachit etat shrutam partha त्यायैर्गार्गेण चेतसा कश्चित् अज्ञानसम्मोहः प्राणष्टस्ते धनञ्जया. Synonyms: Kashchit, whether, etat, this, shrutam, heard, partha, O son of Pritha, tvaya, by you, ekagrena, with full attention, chetasa, by the mind, kachit, whether, ajnana, ignorant, sammohaha, illusion, pranashtaha, dispelled, te, of you, Dhananjaya, O conqueror of wealth, Arjuna. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace by Charanaраvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
O conqueror of wealth, Arjuna, have you heard this attentively with your mind? And are your illusions and ignorance now dispelled? Purport. The Lord was acting as the spiritual master of Arjuna. Therefore, it was his duty to inquire from Arjuna whether he understood the whole Bhagavad Gita in its proper perspective. Hmm. If not, the Lord was ready to re explain any point or the whole Bhagavad Gita if so required. Actually, anyone who hears Bhagavad Gita from a bona fide spiritual master like Krishna or his representative will find that all his ignorance is dispelled. Bhagavad Gita is not an ordinary book written by a poet or fiction writer. It is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Any person, if he is fortunate enough to hear these teachings from Krishna or his bona fide spiritual representative, is sure to become a liberated person and get out of the darkness of ignorance. Which verse is, sorry, which chapter is this, bro? If you don't mind me asking.
18, Prabhu.
Oh, wow, 18. So quickly. Okay. Text 73, 18.73. Arjuna Uvacha Nashto Mohan Smritirlabdha Tvat Prasadan Maya Maya Chutta Maya Achyuta Sithosmi gatha sandeha karishye vachanam tava. Synonyms: Arjuna Vacha. Arjuna said, Nashtaha, dispelled. Mohaha, illusion. Smritihi, memory. Labdha, regained. Tvat prasadat, by your mercy. Maya, by me. Achyuta, O infallible Krishna. Stitaha, situated. Asmi, I am. Gatha, removed. Sandeyaha, all doubts. Karishye, I shall execute. Vachanam, order. Tava, your. Translation: Arjuna said, My dear Krishna, O infallible one, my illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy, and I am now firm and free from doubt and am prepared to act according to your instructions. Let's read that translation again. Arjuna said, My dear Krishna, O infallible one, my illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy, and I am now firm and free from doubt, and am prepared to act according to your instructions. Purport: the constitutional position of a living entity represented by Arjuna is that he has to act according to the order of the Supreme Lord. He is meant for self discipline. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that the actual position of a living entity is that of eternal servant of the Supreme Lord. Forgetting this principle, the living entity becomes conditioned by material nature. But in serving the Supreme Lord, he becomes the liberated servant of God. The living entity's constitutional position is to be servitor. He either has to serve the illusory Maya or the Supreme Lord. If he serves the Supreme Lord, he is in his normal condition, but if he prefers to serve the illusory external energy, then certainly he will be in bondage. In illusion, the living entity is serving in this material world. He is bound by his lust and desires, yet he thinks of himself as the master of the whole world. This is called illusion. Okay, let's read that again. In illusion, the living entity is serving in this material world. He is bound by his lust and desires. Yet he thinks of himself as the master of the world. This is called illusion. When a person is liberated, his illusion is over and he voluntarily surrenders unto the Supreme to act according to his desires. Mm. The last illusion, the last snare of Maya to trap the living entity is the proposition that he is God. The living entity thinks that he is no longer a conditioned soul but God. He is so unintelligent that he does not think that if he were God, then how could he be in doubt? That he does not consider. So that is the last snare of illusion. Actually, to become free from the illusory energy is to understand Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and agree to act according to his order. The word mohaha is very important in this verse. Mohaha refers to that which is opposed to knowledge. Actually, real knowledge is understanding that every living being is eternally servitor of the Lord. But instead of thinking oneself in that position, the living entity thinks that he is not servant, that he is a master of this material world, for he wants to lord it over material nature. That is his illusion. This illusion can be overcome by the mercy of the Lord or by the mercy of a pure devotee. When that illusion is over, one agrees to act in Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is acting according to Krishna's order. A conditioned soul is illusioned by the external energy of matter. Sorry, I read it wrong. Krishna consciousness is acting according to Krishna's order. A conditioned soul illusioned by the external energy of matter does not know that the Supreme Lord is a master who is full of knowledge and who is the proprietor of everything. Hmm. Whatever he desires, he can bestow upon his devotees. He is a friend of everyone and he is especially inclined to his devotee. He is the controller of this material nature and of all living entities. He is also the controller of inexhaustible time and he is full of all opulences and all potencies. The Supreme Personality of Godhead can even give himself to the devotee. One who does not know him is under the spell of illusion. He does not become a devotee but a servitor of Maya. Arjuna, however, after hearing Bhagavad Gita from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, became free from all illusion. he could understand that Krishna was not only his friend, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he understood Krishna factually. So to study Bhagavad Gita is to understand Krishna factually. Hmm. When a person is in full knowledge, he naturally surrenders to Krishna. When Arjuna understood that it was Krishna's plan to reduce the unnecessary increase of population, he agreed to fight according to Krishna's desire. He again took up his weapons, his arrow, and bow to fight under the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Last snare of Maya is impersonalism. Hmm.
Yes,
Very
Prabhu.
nice. Can I read a few more verses if it's okay?
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Zero Prabhu, Dandat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Pranjal Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Zero Prabhu, Danda
Okay,
Pranam.
Pranjal Prabhu, Dandat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Zero Prabhu, please accept number basis. So glory to Shri Prabhupada.
Pranam. Okay. Sanjaya Uvacha Iti Aham Vasudevasya Partasya Cha Mahatmanaha Samvadam Imam Ashrausham Adbhutam Romaharshanam. Synonyms. Sanjaya Vacha. Sanjaya said, Iti thus aham I Vasudevasya of Krishna, Parthasya of Arjuna, cha also, Mahatmanaha, two great souls, Samvadam discussing imam this, Ashrausam heard, Adbhutam wonder, Roma Harshanam, hair standing on end. Translation. Sanjaya said, thus have I heard the conversation of two great souls, Krishna and Arjuna. And so wonderful is that message that my hair is standing on end. Wow. Sanjaya said, thus have I heard the conversation of two great souls, Krishna and Arjuna. And so wonderful is that message that my hair is standing on end. Haripur. Purport. In the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, Dhritarashtra inquired from his secretary Sanjaya what happened in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. The entire study was related to the heart of Sanjaya by the grace of his spiritual master Vyasa. He thus explained the theme of the battlefield. The conversation was wonderful because such an important conversation between two great souls never took place before and would not take place again. It is wonderful because the Supreme Personality of Godhead is speaking about himself and his energies to the living entity, Arjuna, a great devotee of the Lord. If we follow in the footsteps of Arjuna to understand Krishna, then our life will be happy and successful. Sanjaya realized this, and as he began to understand it, he related the conversation to Dhritarashtra. Now it is concluded that wherever there is Krishna and Arjuna, there is victory. Text 75. Vyasa prasajat Shruttavan etat guhyam aham param yogam yogeshwarat krishnat sakshat katayatah swayam Vyasa prasadat by the mercy of Vyasadeva. Shrutavan heard etat this guhyam confidential aham I param the supreme yogam mysticism yogeshwarat from the master of all mysticism Krishnat from Krishna sakshat directly kathayataha speaking swayam personally. Translation. By the mercy of Vyasa I have heard these most confidential talks directly from the master of all mysticism Krishna, who was speaking personally to Arjuna. Purport. Vyasa was the spiritual master of Sanjaya, and Sanjaya admits that it was by his mercy that he could understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This means that one has to understand Krishna not directly, but through the medium of the spiritual master. The spiritual master is a transparent medium, although it is true that the experience is direct. This is the mystery of disciplic succession. When the spiritual master is bona fide, then one can hear Bhagavad Gita directly as Arjuna heard it. There are many mystics and yogis all over the world, but Krishna is the master of all yoga systems. Krishna's instruction is explicitly stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Surrender unto Krishna. One who does so is a topmost yogi. This is confirmed in the last verse of the 6th chapter. Yoginam api sarvesham. Narada is a direct disciple of Krishna and the spiritual master Vyasa. Therefore, Vyasa is as bona fide as Arjuna because he comes in the disciplic succession. And Sanjaya is a direct disciple of Vyasa. Therefore, by the grace of Vyasa, his senses were purified and he could see and hear Krishna directly. One who directly hears Krishna can understand this confidential knowledge. If one does not come to the disciplic succession, he cannot hear Krishna. Therefore, his knowledge is always imperfect, at least as far as understanding Bhagavad Gita is concerned. In Bhagavad Gita, all the yoga systems, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga are explained. Krishna is the master of all such mysticism. It is to be understood, however, that as Arjuna was fortunate enough to understand Krishna directly, similarly, by the grace of Vyasa, Sanjaya was also able to hear Krishna directly. Actually, there is no difference in hearing directly from Krishna or hearing directly from hearing directly from Krishna via a bona fide spiritual master like Vyasa. Actually, there is no difference in hearing directly from Krishna or hearing directly from Krishna via a bona fide spiritual master like Vyasa. The spiritual master is a representative of Vyasadeva also, according to the Vedic system. On the birthday of the spiritual master, the disciples conduct a ceremony called Vyasa Puja. On the birthday of the spiritual master, Vyasa Puja is conducted. And the spiritual master is a representative of Vyasadeva. Haribo. Can I read a few more or other devotees would like to read?
You can read, Prabhu, if you're...
Thank you so much. Yeah, I just don't want to if other devotees want to read, I don't want to, take over their chance. But if nobody would like, then I can continue. So, okay. Rajan samritya samvadam imam adbhutam keshavar junayoho punyam rishyami cha muhur. Keshavar, Prabhu, can you scroll up a little bit? Keshavarjunayoho Punyam. Did I pronounce it right? Swami Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh, thank you. Synonyms. Raja, now king. Samritya, remembering. Samsmritya, remembering. Okay. Samvadam, message. Imam, this. Adbhutam, Adbhutam, wonderful. Keshava, Lord Krishna. Arjuna Yoho and Arjuna. Punyam, pious. Krishnami, taking pleasure. Cha, also. Muhoho, muhoho, always repeatedly. Translation. O king, as I repeatedly recall this wondrous and holy dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, I take pleasure being thrilled at every moment. Wow. Hare Krishna, Neil Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Neil Prabhu, Dandat Pranam
Hare
Jai.
Krishna,
Krishna
Prabhupada.
Prabhu.
Purport. The understanding of Bhagavad Gita is so transcendental that anyone who becomes conversant with the topics of Arjuna and Krishna becomes righteous, and he cannot forget such talks. This is a transcendental portion of spiritual life. In other words, one who hears the Gita from the right source, directly from Krishna, attains full Krishna consciousness. Yeah. The result of Krishna consciousness is that one becomes increasingly enlightened and he enjoys life with a thrill, not only for some time but at every moment. And can you go scroll up a little bit? I just want to read the second last paragraph again.
Which one?
Yeah, this one. This is the transcendental position of spiritual life. In other words, one who hears the Gita from the right source, directly from Krishna, attains full Krishna consciousness. The result of Krishna consciousness.
18676.
Hare Krishna Saurav Prabhu Dhanarthanam. Thank you for joining.
हरे कृष्ण सौरभ प्रभु प्रणाम जय श्री प्रभु
happened here? Hare Krishna, Saurabh Prabhu Danda Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
हरे कृष्ण साई प्रभु
Okay, let's save this as the note.
Yes, Prabhu.
Let's set it here. Remember it.
Text 77. Didn't I read this? No, I did not read it, is it? Okay. Tacha samsmritya rupam ati adbhutam harihe vishmayo me mahan rajan rishyami cha punaha punaha. Synonyms. That shall also samsmritya remembering rupam form ati great adbhutam wonderful harihe of Lord Krishna wish Mayaha wonder me my Mahan great Rajan O King Rishyami cha Rishyami cha also Punaha Punaha repeatedly. Translation. O King, when I remember the wonderful form of Lord Krishna, I am struck with even greater wonder and I rejoice again and again. Purport. It appears that Sanjaya also, by the grace of Vyasa, could see the universal form of Krishna exhibited to Arjuna. It is, of course, said that Lord Krishna never exhibited such a form before. It was exhibited to Arjuna only. Yet, some great devotees could also see the universal form of Krishna when it was shown to Arjuna, and Vyasa was one of them. He is one of the great devotees of the Lord, and he is considered to be a powerful incarnation of Krishna. Vyasa disclosed this to his disciple Sanjaya, who remembered that wonderful form of Krishna exhibited to Arjuna and enjoyed it repeatedly. Text 78. Famous verse, huh?
Yeah, this is final one.
Yeah. यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीर्विजयो भूतिर्ध्रुवा नीतिर्मतिर्मम. Synonyms. Yatra, where Yogeshwaraha, the master of all mysticism, Krishnaha, Lord Krishna, Yatra, where Parthaha, Parthaha, the son of Pritha, Dhanur Araha, carrier of the bow and arrow, Tatra, there, Shrihi, opulence, Vijayaha, victory, Bhutihi, exceptional power, Dhruva, certainly, Nitihi, morality, Matihi Mama is my opinion. Spoken by Sanjaya. Translation. Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. This is my opinion. Purport. The Bhagavad Gita began with an inquiry of Dhritarashtra. He was hopeful of the victory of his sons assisted by great warriors like Bhishma, Drona, and Karna. He was hopeful that the victory would be on his side, but after describing the scene on the battlefield, Sanjaya told the king, "You are thinking of victory, but my opinion is that where Krishna and Arjuna are present, there will be all good fortune." He directly confirmed that Dhritarashtra could not expect victory for his side. Victory was certain for the side of Arjuna because Krishna was there. Krishna's acceptance of the post of charioteer for Arjuna was an exhibition of another opulence. Krishna is full of all opulences. Yeah. Krishna is full of all opulences, and renunciation is one of them. There are many instances of such renunciation, for Krishna is also the master of renunciation. The fight was actually between Duryodhana and Yudhishthira. Arjuna was fighting on behalf of his elder brother Yudhishthira. Because Krishna and Arjuna were on the side of Yudhishthira, Yudhishthira's victory was certain. The battle was to decide who would rule the world, and Sanjaya predicted that the power would be transferred to Yudhishthira. It is also predicted here that Yudhishthira, after gaining victory in this battle, would flourish more and more. Because he was not only righteous and pious, but he was a strict moralist. He never spoke a lie during his life. There are many less intelligent persons who take Bhagavad Gita to be a discussion of topics between two friends in a battlefield. But such a book cannot be scripture. Some may protest that Krishna incited Arjuna to fight, which is immoral, but the reality of the situation is clearly stated. Let's scroll down a little bit. Bhagavad Gita is a supreme instruction in morality. The supreme instruction of morality, as stated in the 9th chapter, in the 34th verse. Man mana bhava mat bhaktaha. One must become a devotee of Krishna. And the essence of all religion is to surrender unto Krishna as stated, Sarva Dharman. The instructions of Bhagavad Gita constitute the supreme process of religion and of morality. All other processes may be purifying and may lead to this process, but the last instruction of the Gita is the last word in all morality and religion. Surrender unto Krishna. This is the verdict of the 18th chapter. From Bhagavad Gita, we can understand that to realize oneself by philosophical speculation and by meditation is one process, but to fully surrender unto Krishna is the highest perfection. This is the essence of the teaching of Bhagavad Gita. The path of regulative principles according to the orders of social life and according to the different courses of religion may be a confidential path of knowledge in as far as the rituals of religion are confidential, but one is still involved with meditation and cultivation of knowledge. Surrender unto Krishna and devotional service in full Krishna consciousness is the most confidential instruction and is the essence of the 18th chapter. Another feature of Bhagavad Gita is that the actual truth is the supreme personality of Godhead Krishna. Absolute truth is realized in three features: impersonal Brahman, localized Paramatma, and the supreme personality of Godhead Krishna. Perfect knowledge of the absolute truth means perfect knowledge of Krishna. If one understands Krishna, then all the departments of knowledge are part and parcel of that understanding. Krishna is transcendental, for he is always situated in his eternal internal potency. The living entities are manifested and are divided into two classes, eternally conditioned and eternally liberated. Such living entities are innumerable and they are considered fundamental parts of Krishna. Material energy is manifested into 24 divisions. The creation is affected by eternal time and it is created and dissolved by external energy. This manifestation of the cosmic world repeatedly becomes visible and invisible. In Bhagavad Gita, 5 principal subject matters have been discussed: the Supreme Personality of Godhead, material nature, the living entities, eternal time, and all kinds of activities. All of these are dependent on the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. All conceptions of the Absolute Truth, namely impersonal Brahman, localized Paramatma, or any other transcendental conception, exist within the category of understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although superficially the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the living entity, material nature, and time appear to be different, nothing is different from the Supreme. But the Supreme is always different from everything. Lord Chaitanya's philosophy is that of inconceivably one and different. The system of philosophy constitutes perfect knowledge of the absolute truth. The living entity in its original position is pure spirit. He is just like an atomic particle of the Supreme Spirit. The conditioned living entity, however, is the marginal energy of the Lord. He tends to be in contact with both the material energy and the spiritual energy. In other words, the living entity is situated between the two energies of the Lord, and because he belongs to the superior energy of the Lord, he has a particle of independence. By proper use of that independence, he comes under the direct order of Krishna. Thus, he attains his normal condition in the pleasure giving potency. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purports to the 18th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of its conclusion, the perfection of renunciation.
Haribo, Karti Prabhu, do you remember you were the first one to read the Bhagavad Gita like the introduction, and
Yes.
now you are ending it.
Is it?
Yes,
Perfect.
you came to
Perfect.
finish it. Haribol.
Hare Krishna, all glories to Prabhupada.
Oh, glory to Shri Prabhupada. Sami Prabhu, next is Bhagavatam Prabhu. Otherwise,
Yes,
we
Prabhu.
start the
Yes, Prabhu.
devotional.
Prabhu, start Bhagavatam, Prabhu. Don't try any other book.
Hmm. If everyone
Or we
joins.
can start it.
Starting Srimad
tomorrow if-
Bhagavatam, is it?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhu. Just
Yeah,
volume 1 only.
I'm also excited now.
Bhagavatam is so deep, very deep. So much to learn.
You have read Bhagavatam?
Yeah, little. Actually, the first canto, I like read it long ago, like little.
My first book was the Srimad Bhagavatam.
Oh,
So,
Haribol.
my first book
You
was
were
Bhagavad Gita, actually. Bhagavad Gita is what pulled me into Krishna consciousness.
Hmm. Yes, Prabhu.
Very nice. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Right.
Very fortunate. We all of us are.
Yes, true.
Yes, Prabhu.
Can I start this one? The Shikshashtakam. Cheto
Maharaj ji.
darpanamarjanam bhava mahadavagnirvarpanam Shreya kairava chandrika vitarnam vidyavadu jivanam Anandam buddhivardhanam pratipadam purnamrita swadanam Sarvatma snapanam param vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam.
Namnamakari bahuda nija sarva shaktis tatrarpitanyamita smaranena kalaha eta trishetava kripan bhagavan mamapi durdaiva medrisham hajinanurakraha.
Trinadapi sunicena tarorapi sahisnuna mani namanadena kirtaniya sada hari.
Nadanam najanam nasundarim kavitam va jagadisha kamaye mama janmani janmanishware bhavata bhakti ahetuki twai.
Ainandatanuja kinkaram patitam mishame bhavam budo kripaya tava pada pankaja stitadule sadrisam vichintaya. Nayanam galadashrudaraya vadanam gadgadarudaya gira pulakarnichitam vapu kada tava nama grihane bhavishyati.
Yugaitam nimishena chakshusha pravishaitam shunyaitam jagat sarvam govinda virahe name. Asisleva padaratham vinashtuma madarshanam marmamhatam karut va yata tada va vidatulan pato mat prananatastu sa eva narpanaha.
Haribo, glory to the sacred Kirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large, because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respects to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy names of the Lord constantly.
Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth.
O son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal savior, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet.
Oh my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name?
Oh Govinda, feeling a separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence.
I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do everything and anything, for he is always my worshipable Lord unconditionally.
Jai.
Jai.
Semi Prabhu, you forgot to do your thing.
He forgot to say I was waiting for you, Sami Prabhu. Why not?
Yes,
Shik
Prabhu.
Shashtakam ki jai.
I was muted.
Yes, Prabhu.
Teacher, please Shikshastakam ki jai. I was muted, Prabhu.
Jai, jai, jai. Don't
Oh,
be muted, Prabhu.
Jai.
Crucial time. Okay, now start.
Bahujanma Karayadi Shavana Kirtan Taputana Paya Krishna Pada Premadan. If one is infested with the 10 offenses in the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, despite his endeavor to chant the holy name for many birds, he will not get the love of God. That is the ultimate goal of this chanting. First offense to the holy name is to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord.
To
Second
consider the names
offense.
of the demigods. Oh, you can continue, Prabhu.
No, you can continue, Prabhu. Sorry, you came earlier
To
than me this time.
consider the names of the demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal or independent of the names of the Lord Vishnu.
Third offense, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master.
Fourth offense, to blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. Forgive
Fifth
me,
offense.
Prabhu. I'm actually used to the last one.
Oh, okay. Fifth offense, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. Sixth offense, to give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord.
Seventh offense, to commit. You can continue, Prabhu.
To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name of the Lord, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna one of the auspicious ritualistic activities offered in the Vedas as fructive activities, karma kanda.
Ninth offense, to instruct the faithless persons about the glories of the holy name.
10th offense, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy names and to maintain material attachments. Even after understanding so many instructions on this matter, it is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, which is Krishna Prema. Now let us offer our
I
humble
offer my
obeisances unto all the
respectful
Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They can fulfill the desires of everyone, just like desired trees, and they're full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Thank you so much for your kind association. Please forgive me for my
The
offenses.
prayers, Prabhu. The prayers, Prabhu. Haribo. Semi Prabhu, you forgot the last prayer.
Which one?
Ganga Mai ki jai.
Oh,
Tulsi
yeah.
Oh, that
Devi
one
ki
is it.
jai.
Who will chant this whole?
I want to learn them, eh?
Who's gonna read? Yeah, I
Yeah,
will read.
can I start? The
Oh, you
first
read,
one.
you read. Yeah, you read. You start.
Jai Om Vishnu Para Paramhamsa Parivraja Acharya Ashtotara Sata Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai.
It's Parivrajak Acharya.
Jai Om Vishnupad
What?
Paramahansa Stotra Shata Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Jai. Ananta Koitya Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.
Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai.
Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय.
Jai.
Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki jai.
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 जय.
Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Navadvip Dham ki jai.
Jai, jai,
गंगा मई की जय. यमुना
jai,
मई की जय.
jai,
Tulasi Devi ki jai. Bhakta Devi ki
jai,
jai. Samaveta
jai,
Bhakta ki jai. Gora Prem
jai.
Sri
Jai.
Hari Bol.
Hari Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
हरिबो.
Huh? There should be all glories to the assembled devotees 3 times.
All goes to the assembled devotees. All goes to the assembled devotees. All
Hare
goes to the
Krishna,
assembled
Hare
devotees.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Gaurav Premanande,
Jai.
Hare Hare Bol.
Hare Bol.
How come
Haribo.
that is not written here? I thought it should be
Yeah,
there.
yeah, that is always like it is always said actually in the temple.
If it,
Yes.
yeah, right. Okay, Haribol, thank you so much for your association, my dear Prabhus.
Thank you, Prabhu, for
Thank you,
this.
Prabhu. Orasaki Prabhu,
Thank you.
playing some live music.
Thank you very much, everybody, for joining. Thank you, Prasanna Prabhu, for also
Thank
joining
you
in
very much,
morning
dear
japa
Prabhu, for
session and
your
also
Harit
evening.
Bol.
Oh,
Bol.
Gaurishadri Prabhu has a picture of Srila Prabhupada in his guitar. Oh, I observed
Wow.
it first time.
Show us, Prabhu.
Haribol.
Yeah, it's a nameplate.
Right.
Oh, I saw it for the first time. Oh,
Very nice.
Haribo, Prabhu.
Oh, this is
It's
perfect.
very beautiful, Prabhu.
yeah.
He is always with me.
Jai. Excited for Srimad Bhagavatam. In fact, because my classes were getting over late, I was coming and sleeping, in the reading session time. Now I think I will cut down my sleep.
Oh, very nice, Prabhu.
Oh,
It's more
You know
enthusiastic.
why?
Maharaj ki jai.
By
Maharaj
regular
Karti
attendance
Prabhu
on the
ki
class
jai.
of Srimad Bhagavatam,
Maharaj.
I complete the sentence. By regular attendance, Swami Prabhu, I think you know it, right? By regular attendance on the class of Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering service of the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is destroyed.
Yes.
Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.18. You can go there. Huh?
I need
You
to
can read the
participate.
translation. Wow. I thought you wanted to purchase Krishna Prema first, but okay.
Mhm.
Where is Prabhu? There is ice cream truck.
Mm.
It's saying do 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 do. Music is playing outside.
Oh,
So what is the number?
1 to
one,
18. 1
One.
to 17 also very nice. 1 to 18 and 1 to 17 we can read. To just remind ourselves of the importance of attending and hearing the Bhagavatam. Sorry, reading the Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita and all. Yeah, this one. Nashta prayashu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati nashtaki. Translation.
You see the ice cream truck? Yes, Prabhu. 1 second.
Wow, your mind is on the ice cream.
Yes.
Translation. By regular attendance on classes of Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of God who is praised with transcendental songs is established as an irrevocable fact.
Very
Regular
good.
attendance.
Haribo.
Haribo. And 1 to 17 also very nice. Can we just read that as well?
Yes, Prabhu.
Actually, we're supposed to read 1 to 17 and 18, but sorry, I just told 18 like that.
Where it is? Where is it?
This one was previous. This is one of my favorite verses because I'm very polluted, so I just like to think of this verse to give me some inspiration. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is a Paramatma, super soul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. Haribo. Hare Krishna.
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhu.
Prabhu. I need to read.
And Prabhu, Semi Prabhu,
Yes, Prabhu.
I don't know if you remember, like before you recite the Srimad Bhagavatam, there's this prayer, I forgot it, Narayanam, something like that. It says, I think you offer obeisance to the goddess.
Namaskritam, something like that. Narayana Namaskritam.
Yeah.
Namaskritya,
Narayana
Vijayam,
Namaskritya. That
Namayotamam.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Sami
think,
Prabhu knows it. I forgot.
oh
I
yes,
knew it before.
Yeah, my brother actually knows all this, like how and everything temple, like everything happens in temple now. He has nice idea. So he told me actually this.
Oh, is it? Very nice. When your college is starting?
Means I think I think July mid, something like that. July mid, like
July mid. Wow. Till July mid.
like 3 months, like we get 3 months holiday like that.
Oh.
I'm in Jay.
don't worry, Prabhu. Before they open, we'll come with petrol bombs, Prabhu. Don't worry. Semi Prabhu, where are you?
I'm in jail, Prabhu.
Oh, it looks like jail.
Yeah.
Jail.
Jail, Prabhu. Open the door. I'm in jail and I see the ice cream truck outside. Now it's leaving, Prabhu. Goodbye, ice cream truck.
Prabhu, you can take a parachute and jump there.
Oh,
Prabhu, thank you so much for your kind association. Now I have to take leave. Thank you very much, Shani Prabhu, for hosting. All of you, thank you so much. Namo Namah.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for this session.
See you all tomorrow. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shami Prabhu ki jai, Gaura Shakti Prabhu ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Ki jai.
Aarti Prabhu ki jai.
Thank you so much.
Maharaj Karti. Thank you,
Oh, I need to
Prabhu.
go shopping.